Hello everyone, welcome back to Real Estate with Ben. Today we're going to be taking a look at a 1 acre parcel of residential land I am considering purchasing. We're going to be taking a look right here at lot 1067. So let's jump right into it. Again, up here I got my special map that tells me things like flood zone and zoning and other important pieces of information that I want to know. I already have my flood zone layer turned on, so I already know that we're not in a flood zone. Zooming into the property next door, I got some good pieces of information here. Some information on the permits on this house. It looks like that they have a S for septic and a P for a driveway. So that tells me all the houses in this neighborhood are on septic. Good piece of information to know. Let's jump into the Google Maps. So this is the property right here. It's got some trees on it. You could probably trim a few of those down and leave a couple for some decoration for a house. Let's take a look at what we got going on in the neighborhood. So we have utilities right on the property line, which is great. Love to see it. Taking a look here at some of the different homes in the neighborhood. Right here is a stick build, faux stone on the top, on the outside, excuse me, metal roof on the top. Similar build there. Similar there. All these houses are at least 2,000 square feet, I believe. Cul-de-sac. Let's see if we can see this house behind these trees. It's got a nice driveway, but we cannot. That's okay. All right, let's pull up the plat. So this is the plat map for the property. It is the official survey. So when this neighborhood was subdivided, this is the document where it documents the official subdivision parameters. This document's pretty important. You'll see things like easements, which are basically, for all intents and purposes, they're areas in which you can't build on the land. And it looks like that the lot we're looking at, 1548, that's the legal description. I don't know how easy this is to see, but this dashed line means an easement. And there is an easement at the very back of the property right here. Not really an issue since it's all the way at the back. But if we take a look at some of the neighboring properties, it looks like they have easements running almost right in the middle of the property line. In fact, they have RBA written right here, which is a restricted build area. That's what RBA stands for. And we can see these easement lines. Basically, you just can't build between them. So like you could put a house here, you could put a house here. It'd be pretty tough to put a house right here in this property with this restricted build area right in the center. But if we take a look back at our map, we can do some cross-referencing. So yeah, so this is 1120. That's this one right here. And then 1114, that's going to be this one right here. So at the front of the property, matching what we're seeing. And then, oh, look, lo and behold, 1108, that's this property right here, and there's nothing on there. There's probably a reason for that. This is a pretty cool tool. It just tells me some information about some of the permits that are going on in the neighborhood, so I can get a good idea of the level of activity and understand if this subdivision is popular or not. All right, let's check out some comps. I already have the information pulled up here. Right here, this street, this is our property right here. And I have my filter set, land sold within the last year, and then set at that 1 acre parameter. All right, so this one sold for $150,000. Looks like it was wooded, so someone took the time to, I'm assuming, move some of the trees and do some landscaping. Still sold for $150 though. That's pretty great. HOA, 25 bucks. See if it tells us how long. All right, so it started on the market April 9th, listed at 165, finally sold November 13th of 25, 150. Not that long of a wait. Really not that long of a wait. Zooming out here, let's see what else is shaking. Cool, so trying to stay as close to the property as we can. Let's check out what we got for 190. 1 acre, cool. This one looks like it might be closer to the water, which is probably why it's sold for more. You know, having water access is always desirable. Now check out what we got going on in this neighborhood. We got a little playground area, tennis court, and looks like it is a public facility. This might be a clubhouse. This is probably a clubhouse. That's pretty cool. Let's see how long this one was on the market for. Listed May 27, 2025 for 190, and then sold in June. Closed on June 16th for 190. So again, didn't really wait that long. And let's take a look at just a couple more. Let's take a peek. 1.3 acres, not a great comparison. Let's see what else we got. Cool, 1 acre. This one sold for 200 grand. The lot might have been more clear. There might have been less deburring to do. That might be the reason why. Does it actually show us which one it is? It's got a red line there. All right, hard to know which parcel it actually is. Looks like it does still have quite a bit of trees. Oh, there it is. So it looks like the lot was pretty cleared for the most part. That might be the reason why it's sold for 50,000 more. Let's check out time on market, March 18th, 2025. Sold about a month later in April. Pretty cool. And let's just take a peek at one more because I saw one here that sold for 225. Want to see what's up with that. And 1.5 acres, so not a good comparison. All right, guys, well, that's all I got for today. I'm going to leave my email in the description below, so if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.